I pray, I hope everything goes to normal. For the sake of those kids, it would be terrible if, God forbid, they say, schools are going to go, digital and online. That means a whole generation is out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know.
A
I
whole
know. I know.
generation is out. So, like I said earlier, COVID-19 should be an eye-opener in Nigeria. Things need to change. We actually need to begin to rewrite the systems and not ignore a generation or a group of people, especially children in the slums. They need to come out. Let me tell you, their presidents, I keep saying it. When I go into these slums, I say there's a president here, there's a doctor here, there's a lawyer here, there's an engineer here. But man, if nothing is done, that
I
generation
know.
is out. So yeah,
I mean, we
I'm
have to keep
hopeful.
trying. For me, I'm quite passionate about these kind of things. Um, you know, when I was in Nigeria in December, I was there for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
I went to Odeonigalo orphanage home.
Okay.
You know, he's doing amazing as well with kids.
Yeah.
Yours was a friend. Actually, I mean, the day I was coming from, I had a meeting with him the day I came to I was coming from his place when I came to your event that day.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and then after I came to your event, he had something in his orphanage home as well. And I went there with my friend to support.
Yeah.
We can sit down here, we can criticize, we can talk, but some of us just have to take action. We have to try
Exactly.
whatever we can. We have to use our resources, our contacts, our connections, So, I mean, and I think your angle of the documentaries you do, the video, they're really touching. And, it's because when you're able to tell stories in visual ways, people
Yeah.
can relate better and it stays in. So from when I got in, it was I saw the documentary, the kids, the statistics, the people that
Yeah.
die just, from child labor and birth. And,
Yeah.
and these things are not just things that happen in the slum.
Yeah.
The person I came with your event, my good friend, he has another friend which I met through him.
Okay.
They're well-to-do. They lived in Abuja. They were doing very well.
Okay.
The, the guy's wife died from child labor, from just something that was just simple, you know.
Hmm.
But so I can imagine if people that are affluent, that have money, that have the resources, they're educated, are going through such things.
Mm-hmm.
Think about people that are in the slums that they have no one to fight for them.
Well,
You know.
during the whole process. One time my team went to do some evaluation. I think just a few weeks before the project, before the first day of Christmas was to start. And then a doctor, because I have a doctor on my team, and then he noticed this
Okay.
pregnant woman, and he followed up on her. Long and short of the story, because I don't know if we have so much time for that, but the video is on my Instagram page. She died. She died when she gave birth to twins, right? And we were taking
Oh,
care of her. I was doing my best. My team and I, we really tried. But when she gave birth to twins, I went there, and let me tell you something. When I got in there, let me describe, she was like in a box. She was like in an oven called a home, first of all. Some box, some very hot place. The babies were there. And then in that hot oven, she was shaking. I knew there was something wrong. And I began to call my doctor, because the doctor on my team was supposed to. I told him to please, monitor her until delivery. But he got there like an hour before she delivered. And some woman just, how some quack delivery anyway. So when I went there and I saw things firsthand, she was shaking and all of that. I had, I like live. I have recordings of all of this. I said to myself, Lord, please, I hope I'm not going to lose this woman. And let me tell you, a week later, she died.
oh,
Now you're talking of someone, with all the money. So people, and that's the second set of twins. So my summation is, if a pregnant woman who's pregnant with twins is in a slum, there's a risk that after delivery she will die, because we have few cases of same thing. They deliver the babies survive, but because the mother hasn't got, proper care before and after delivery, she passes on. So these are real issues, real issues. I was speaking with, I want to thank our patroness. She's very compassionate. We are really working behind it. I believe that, we are going to achieve what we plan to. Yeah, so when I remember how sad she was, and she's really passionate about our cause, and just like you said, she said these are the kind of things that should really be done. We should go beyond this giving food. Yeah, they're good. I love it, but real solutions. We need to begin to find lasting solutions to the problems that are going on in this slum. So, like I said, I'm glad we're talking, and I thank you for your interest. I hope we can work, because I've
Yeah,
seen,
definitely.
the work
That's
you're
what.
doing.
Definitely, definitely.
I'm open to collaborations. We have to. I can't do it
Yeah.
myself. Meaningful,
I know.
strategic collaborations and all of that. So yeah, I hope COVID doesn't
Yeah.
stop us. Let's see how things go.
We have some plans for what you're doing and how we're going to support.
Good, good.
So I mean, after this whole session, I'm going to give you briefings on that. But I
Okay.
mean, the whole thing is coming to guidance of whatever we're doing,
Yeah,
to let people hear about, to have information, to have
yeah,
access,
yeah.
because all these things, some people don't even believe in it. From the minute
They
when you're
don't.
saying you want to gather this together, you want to help people, they'll be like, no.
No,
Who's
yes, I
so
agree. They don't.
humanity? Yeah,
They
the
don't.
humanity is not there. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
I don't. You know why? Because of the track record of NGOs. NGOs
Yeah.
they have this image of getting money and enriching themselves, and that's why I
Mm.
said that we're going to be different. We're not doing, and that's why, like you said during the event, I made sure everybody that come, because we have to be accountable.
You
So
have to
people
be.
that can come
Yeah.
out and say, okay, they rewrite Nigeria, they're not a fraud. We have to invite such people. And that's where the partnerships I'm talking about comes in place. When we can't
Mm.
launch anything until a bank is ready to sign up with us and have full access to funds and how funds are spent.
Mm.
That's the only way people, not just in Nigeria, people around the world will believe in what we're doing. Picture this: we deliver, we come and launch, do an opening for a community, a fully delivered white sand. So tomorrow, if we say, okay, we're delivering, say, Monkey Village or whatever, people will come out. They'll believe in us. So we need to build, we're in the process of building trust. We need to build trust. If we don't do that, nobody's going to believe in us. Nobody, as little as 365 naira is. Remember, we're playing with numbers. So
Yeah.
if you
It's the
carry,
numbers you need.
well, yeah. So
Yeah.
if 5 million people agree to give you that 365 naira, you must be accountable to
Absolutely.
say, okay,
Absolutely.
next year, so that every year they say, okay, we saw what our 365 naira delivered. It delivered a hospital, it delivered a school, it delivered a house. That's what your
Mhm.
365 naira is doing. And that's what we're campaigning and telling people. Your 365 naira, as little as it is, that's what it's going to deliver. So if I give you 365 naira and I see that my 365 naira made an impact in your project, I'll be willing to subscribe to
Absolutely.
your project next year. So I just hope that people will believe in us, and we have to keep staying transparent. That's the rule of this game. We
That's
need
key.
to stay transparent, talk about real issues, talk about our problems, and then people will believe in us.
I mean, people are watching anyway. The ones that will do will definitely do. We just need to,
Yeah.
get them. But I was just going to touch on a point. The lady that, the twins, the
Yeah.
twins, are they still alive?
They are alive. Some relative of hers came and took them away. That was really sad, but we can't, some, even as much as you're doing this, you can't tread. There are some areas you can't tread. You have to tread carefully. So we let them be because they were babies. That happened in November. Yeah, that
Okay.
happened in November, sometime late November or early December. I can't remember the date. But so we had to give them time. I have somebody monitoring that. I work on
Okay.
that on the sidelines quietly.
Okay.
So we are going to work with that. You know, that's a classical
Fantastic.
case we're going to work with in 2020, this year.
Okay. Okay.
That's a classical
Yeah, because
case.
okay, I just wanted to, to know if you're still in touch with them so that if
Oh,
there's
yes.
anything anybody wants to
Yeah.
do or what we can do, then we can,
Yeah.
come out and do so. I'm so happy that we're having this conversation and that we met the way we did. And
Yeah.
I
It was really nice.
want to empower you, to give you more strength, because I know it's really difficult and it can be frustrating within the
Very.
terrain that you operate in.
Yeah.
And you meet all sorts of different people with different
Yeah.
characters, and even sometimes the people you want to help, they don't make it easy for themselves to be helped. I know that.
Oh, at all, at all. Some of them, but you
Yeah.
see, I don't blame them. I have learned, the
Mm,
whole thing has taught me a lot. Patience and love is the key. You can't just beat these two factors because remember, that's a different background, that's a different world. Some of them make it
mm,
impossible. Some of them make you like, they push you to a point where you say, let's just leave these people. But I
mm,
learned to be more patient. It taught me. I personally developed working with slums. It taught me a lot. So I'm more patient now. I'm more accommodating because I understand that we're not the same. We weren't brought up the same way. I may have gone through pains in my life, but not as
mm,
painful as what they are going through right now.
mm, mm,
That's the
mm.
truth, yes. So,
Okay. Yeah, we paused for a while. So what I was saying was we're going to work with you in some areas, especially with engaging the kids in the slum through education and sports. I will
yeah.
come to you after the live session how we're going to do that, because we need
Okay.
to have that information and different details to know how we can come in. But
Okay.
there's multiple things that can be done, and we'll try and create collaborations with you, with other organizations, with
Okay.
interested people and parties, and to try and do a lot of things in the media, right there in Nigeria, because there's a lot of ways where this can really go to the next level.
Yeah.
For instance, I think this is even the right time right now, while the
Yes, it
COVID-19,
is.
yeah, because a lot of people will even find things more difficult.
Yeah.
You know, people can't eat, people can't go out, and a lot of these people that live in the slums, they live on a day-to-day basis. Now they're locked
Yes,
in their
exactly.
two houses, or I don't know what to call it, where they are. So so organizations like yours that are at the forefront, I believe we should help out however little we can help.
Yeah.
It'll
We
definitely
can. Yeah.
go really well. So thank you for all you do. God will continue to bless you, and we have to keep
Amen.
spreading.
Thank you for.
You know, yeah. So we're very, very happy, and we appreciate it. And definitely after this, so I believe even right now, we should keep working on it. But after the COVID-19, things will change as well, because
Yeah.
the age we are right now, a lot of things are done on the internet, and we
Yeah.
have the power in our hands now. Everybody has a mobile phone, so
Yeah.
we can spread the message quicker,
Yes.
and we can
Yeah.
spread it across, the globe. And I believe as well, because you have people that have access, to policies in the government as well. I think the government has a lot of role to play in this as well.
Yes, they do.
You
They
know,
do.
you
They
know
do.
because
I, I,
if they, yeah. So sorry, go on. Sorry.
no, I like something you said. It's the right time.
Mm,
COVID-19 is a big eye opener. Everybody's going to want to not just watch things deteriorate. This is
mm,
the time. It's time. That's the word. It's time to really make that change, starting with the slums. We must see the children in the slums like our children. You must see every child in the slum as your child and work and put in everything you can to see that that child gets out and gets a better life. So yeah, it is time. It's time for the collaborations to start. It's time, thank God, like you said, the internet is there, social media is super powerful. So yeah, it's time
Mm.
to really launch out really hard and deep into these matters.
So the age you cover from birth, from infants till, with the family, obviously because the families are involved as well, you have to put things in place and consider the families, right?
Yes, that's why the plan is to have a primary school. That's where we'll stop for now. You don't want to do too much. The basics.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even in the times of our lives, have issues of foundation. So if you get the foundation right, I think you'll be able to strike some balance. If you get a good primary school and educate these children properly, we can begin to say for secondary school, we can have school adaptation programs, university,
Mm.
you can begin to introduce other things. But in the meantime, to kick off, it will be a very good primary school to start with. So you know that their foundation is secure. They know the
Mm.
basics. They cannot, you have a community where I see the Trinity community, the children from the Trinity community able to, okay, a child in this, I was trying to send money to one of the people in the slums and they didn't have an account. They don't know what an account is. So now they had to, maybe one person in that whole community has, a bank
Mm.
card. So you see, a lot of literacy has to go there. It's dynamic.
It's
There are so
deep.
many angles that it's deep. It's AY. During our meeting with the artists, we met with AY, and when we were talking, he was quiet for a long time, and he said, this is deep. So I never forget it's deep. And you're the second person that say it's deep. So you see, if the children are educated, basic, sound, it helps. It helps their
Mm.
generation. If some children in the slums could, operate a computer, for instance, or know how to do the basic mobile transfers or something, our sending monies there would have been easier. So we had like one or two of our own people, because we have some of our people who are a bit educated, situated in these communities. So we send monies to them to distribute so they can buy food. Some will call me, I'll say, okay, talk to brother this, he's going to, you understand? So that's been the line of communication, or the line of sending funds to them, because where I live
Mm.
is quite far from where they are. And so it was basically sending monies and then getting the groups around there to get food. I haven't been able to go there myself, but my team have been working tirelessly to see, that they are okay. So yeah, a community where a school, we're not going to accommodate secondary schools for now, just primary, the nurseries and primary. So it will be like from age 0 to maybe 10,
Okay.
10 thereabouts, 10, 11, you should be getting ready to get into secondary school. And then we begin to plan. That's where our collaborations should be stronger. A bank should be able to say, okay, we're sponsoring 5 people to so secondary
Yeah.
school. This secondary school will be able to say, okay, we're taking 5 kids from the Trinity community. You understand? These are the kind of things I want to
Yes.
see happen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Alex Akonde, is a football player. Is Nigerian from Lagos, and
Okay.
plays for Hong Kong. Is waving.
Hi.
These are the kind of people that understand what we're talking about. And
Yeah.
do you have like an account for your organization?
Online, the little donations we got, if you go to our website, once you send in money,
Okay.
it will be shown there. Like I said, we want it to be as transparent as possible.
That's possible.
And
Yeah.
of course, we have an official account for the Right Nigeria. We have
Okay.
other
I was
accounts.
going to say, Okay, sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, we do have accounts, but you can send your monies online. If you want to
Okay.
let people know it's you, there's what you click, and if you want to be anonymous, your monies will show it's online.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So we're going to talk about, I was going to say you should post something if you have anything with the Rewrite Nigeria account, if you post it, whoever wants to donate or help out,
Just
especially, yeah. Sorry, go on.
They can go to our website and just click the button and send whatever they want to send. So the whole world knows
Okay.
how much we've got.
What's the website called, please?
www.rewritenigeria.org.
Okay. www.rewritenigeria.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it.
Or if you go to our Instagram page, it's there. You can just click on the website. Also.
Oh, so Rewrite Nigeria in full or Rewrite NG?
Rewrite Nigeria.
.org.
www.rewritenigeria.
.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So we'll see what we can do around this time. Whatever I can stretch to, and we'll think of some other ideas as well. I'll speak to you and see how we can help, because I think, like we said earlier, collaborations are very, very important
It's key.
to spread. Yeah. And we'll keep planning, we'll keep talking, we'll keep having the conversation, and we have to get more people to be doing the kind of things you're doing, because it's amazing. It's Lagos is such a busy place that I mean, I was born in Lagos, but whenever Lagos is a place whereby you want to do something, you're going on a journey for 20 minutes, you can find yourself in the traffic for 7 hours. Yeah. So for some of the things you're doing, so there's so many dynamics to it. People just hear about this kind of things. Nobody really understands the details, the very, very minute details that go into planning, to traveling, to going to one place or the other. And it's such a kind gesture of the highest order. So we will continue to support you. We'll spread the word out there, and we'll see what we can do around this time. And we're going to collaborate with you, very, very soon. Okay. And I just want to say thank you very much for your time, for all you're doing for Nigeria, to rewrite Nigeria, and in Lagos, we do appreciate and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in the Rewrite a Life project. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.